Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to another Tough Love Tuesday. As most of you know, I have been very busy and having such a blast over the last, actually like 3 weeks with the Quit Sugar Summit and then last weekend's 3-part workshop series where I taught the 3 pillars, the 3 keys that we all need in order to create a lasting sugar freedom. It was an absolute mind-blowing amazing weekend. I'm still shaking with excitement. It has been so much fun. If you've missed it or you haven't been able to follow along with that, reach out to me. Obviously, the replays are actually available until tonight only. And registration for my upcoming 10-week Break Free from Sugar group program as a special gift and a huge discount and a whole slew of bonuses is also ending registration tonight. So just a reminder for those of you who've been following along, don't let this opportunity slip by, okay? So come on, I posted the link about this video so you can come check it out. But today's Tough Love Tuesday, let's dive right into it, is actually based off of some of the conversations that I saw and paid attention to happening this weekend. And it was actually really fascinating because day 2 really hit home for a lot of people. And for those of you who missed it, don't worry. Day 2, I really talked about all the inner work that we need to really create a lasting shift when it comes to our habits and food and really how we see ourselves in the world and really stepping into our power. And there's a lot of different inner pieces. And obviously, I've shared this lots in our Tough Love, this fact that our relationship with food and sugar has nothing to do with food and everything to do with our relationship with ourselves. And understanding at a deep level that sugar freedom is an inside job. Okay, so what this means is that we have to look inward and we have to uncover the why this addiction, these patterns, these habits, the late night snacking, the inability to say no to sugar, all the things, like why that exists in the first place. And for each of us, it's very different. But I wanted to point out one thing today, and this is what the Tough Love Tuesday today is all about, is that you're not actually afraid of failure. This is something I heard coming up a lot, especially on day 3 when I opened registration and we had a lot of amazing conversations and people jumping in and registering live on the call, which was so much fun. But there was and I looked back at the chat and there was this conversation coming up of, I'm not going to be able to do this. It's not going to work for me. I'm going to fail. Like, what if I fail? And I want to propose, and I want you to see this in a different way right now because there's actually 2 things that are going on behind this fear of failure. And yes, I'm calling you out on this right now with all the love, in these Tough Love Tuesdays, is that you're not actually afraid to fail. That's not actually what you're afraid of. No, you're afraid of 2 things. Okay, there's 2 things going on when you see yourself or when you hear yourself saying, well, what if I don't, succeed, or I'm just going to fail again, or whatever language is coming up for you. It all means the same thing. It's this, behind this mask of fear of failure is actually 2 things. Okay, the first thing is that you're actually afraid of is the story that you're telling yourself about what failure means about you. So we make up a story saying, when I fail at something, it means I'm a horrible person and, all my friends will leave me. Or if I fail at something, I'm not going to be accepted in my workplace environment, right? Or my boss will be mad at me. It's these stories that we tell ourselves about what the failure means. Failure in itself, like when we actually peel back, any word in the English or any language is just a word, right? And we attach a meaning to it. And with something as heavy as the word failure, we have as a society attached these stories and meanings to what that means about us. If I fail, it means I'm a horrible person, right? Or when I don't succeed at work, it means I'm going to get fired. We make up these stories based off of our past experiences, based off of the narrative in society. And I see this time and time again. And I'm speaking so passionately about this because I went through this. Oh boy, the stories I told myself about failing. Like every time I failed, it meant that I was like never going to succeed. My business was never going to make it. I was never going to find the love of my life. I was all the things. I was going to, get fired from my job. I'm using real examples that I went through back when the stories I was telling myself about failure. So you're not actually afraid of the failure. You're afraid of what you're choosing to make it mean about yourself and how you fit into society. Because at our root, we all want to fit into society. So there's this piece there that's really tied together. And the second thing that's going on behind failure, because you're not actually afraid of failure, is the belief that we are not enough. I am not enough, or I am not worthy. If I fail, it means I am worthless. If I fail, it means that I am not worthy of my dreams. There is at the root, there are these core beliefs that all of us, I can confidently say, have had to overcome or are currently overcoming or still need to overcome. This, I am not enough, therefore I don't deserve to live my dreams. I don't deserve to try something new. So every time we fail, we perpetuate this belief of, well, I am worthless. I am not worthy. I am not enough. Look, I fail every time. So we get stuck in this vicious cycle that just keeps us, down. It keeps us from progressing forward. It keeps us from growing. And I speak so passionately about this because this was me 5 years ago, stuck in the failure vortex, we'll call it. And it wasn't until I had some people show up in my life, so grateful for these people, that helped pull me out of that and help me completely reshape my beliefs about myself and about the word failure. And I went from believing that if I fail, it means I'm a horrible person and nobody's going to love me, to when I fail, it means I'm learning, growing, and becoming a better version of myself. Yes. And now when I fail, I love it. Literally the first thought that I have when something doesn't go according to plan, when I fail at, getting a new client, when I fail at, eating healthy this week, the first thought that crosses my mind is, awesome, what did I learn about myself in this? And wouldn't it be freeing for you to get there too? So, I really want to just plant those seeds for you right now in understanding it's not failure itself that you're afraid of or that you're, worried about. There's a much deeper piece. And this piece about our beliefs and about our idea and stories we tell ourselves about who we are and how we need to act or be or appear in order to be accepted in society, this is the root. Okay, this is one of these inner work pieces, and shifting that is life changing, right? Imagine what would change for you if you stopped believing that you were not enough or that you were not worthy of all of your wildest dreams. You were not worthy of living in that big house by the ocean with the swimming pool or going on tropical vacations every year. All the things. What would change for you if you shifted this? Right? You can start to see how you would be operating at a different level. And I can speak of this because I have experienced this myself, and it has just completely shifted everything in my life. My relationships, my business, my friendships, my practices with myself and my, self-love, everything. So I wanted to share that with you today because I'm hoping that opens your mind, about what's actually going on. If you catch yourself, whenever you catch yourself saying, well, I'm afraid to fail, or what if it doesn't, what if I don't do it or make it? And I know that so many of us come up against this. And I saw this in the comments, especially with my upcoming program coming up, ending registration today, this 10-week journey that is like none other that you've tried before in creating lasting freedom when it comes to sugar and yourself. And, a lot of people being faced with this fear coming up, rearing its head, right? And this is our ego mind, throwing all the resistance at us so that we stay right where we are. Because innately, we don't want to change. We feel safe where we are. Anything different is unsafe. That is how our subconscious ego mind works. So when we're faced with that decision, and anything in life, whether it's jumping in and joining, the upcoming program or, taking a new job or a new relationship, I hope that you just keep this in mind and just be aware, because that's where it starts. Of those patterns that are going on for you specifically. So one of the things that I'm actually really excited as we wrap things up, because as I was noticing this conversation happen in the workshop on Sunday and over the last even couple days with emails I've been getting about the upcoming program, what I've decided to do, and I'm really excited to announce this because some of you may have known if you're on my email list, you got an email earlier, but what I'm going to do is actually throw in a last day registration surprise bonus. So I love spoiling everyone who's, those women who are ready to jump in and say yes to themselves. So what I'm going to do, because beliefs is obviously such a big piece, is I'm going to be creating and offering a live Shift Your Limiting Beliefs Masterclass for everyone who jumps in and registers for the upcoming Break Free from Sugar program before registration ends tonight at midnight Pacific Standard Time. So this is a last day surprise bonus. It's a $500 value masterclass that I'm going to be hosting live with everyone who's inside that program sometime in February. So my little last surprise for you, well, It's probably not the last surprise because I love surprises, but it is a last little bonus reward, maybe that little push that you needed to say yes to yourself and to push those fears aside and know that as you embark on this journey and you start to shift your beliefs, this program is going to change your life. So the link is above. Like I said, registration is ending, cut off tonight at midnight Pacific Standard Time. So do not wait. If you're feeling called, if you're feeling pulled, and if it's the first time you're hearing about it, check out the link above and you can see all the information. I've got some incredible videos from past members and participants that you can listen to and kind of get an idea of what it's all about. So I hope to see you there. And yes, anybody who's watching this that is already registered, you're getting this bonus too, okay? So everyone who registered on Sunday and yesterday, you're getting this bonus too, okay? Everybody is welcome to the masterclass when we get going and get set up with the program in February. So I hope to see you there. And anyway, I would love to hear in the comments below what's coming up for you, around this fear of failure. Can you resonate with anything that I'm saying? Let's definitely keep that conversation going below, and just know that I love you all and thank you for joining for another Tough Love Tuesday. We'll see you same time, same place next week. Bye.